My name is Taiga Washio. I'm 29 years old and work in the business planning department. Alright, this proposal. I have a good feeling about this one. My job is to analyze customer needs and competitors and come up with new products and services to offer. It's a crucial job that can make or break the company. Of course, I take pride in my work, but...
Hey Washio, let me take a look at that proposal of yours.
Ubai-san. That's Takeshi Ubai, my senior colleague. He works in the same department and was supposed to be my mentor. He practically ignored me during my training period. But once it was over, he started to make things difficult for me.
Good work, Taiga-san.
The woman smiling at me is Saiko Fukatsuki. She's 2 years younger than me and my girlfriend. We started dating after I was assigned to be her mentor. Lately, her work hasn't been going well, and she's been confiding in me more often. You look tired. Is something wrong? Do you need help with?
Don't worry, Saiko-chan. I'll take care of this. Come on.
Ubai cuts Taiga off, placing his hand on Saiko's shoulder and guiding her away. He snatches Taiga's proposal with a swift movement.
Don't worry, Saiko-chan. I'll take care of this. Come on, let's go.
Hey, Ubai-san.
Thank you, Ubai-san. See you later, Taiga-san.
Ubai ignored me completely and led Saiko away to his desk. And a few days later, things took an unexpected turn.
Ubai-kun, your proposal this time was excellent, as expected from you.
Thank you, sir. All those sleepless nights paid off.
After Ubai dismissed my proposal, telling me it was completely useless, I was about to rework it. But then, Ubai submitted a proposal that was almost identical to mine, and it got approved. Ubai, with a triumphant smile plastered on his face, shot me a warning glance. Ubai's attacks didn't end there. As I was about to leave work, Saiko and Ubai approached me together, and then...
Taiga-san, I'm sorry, but I want to break up with you.
She suddenly broke up with me. I knew something was off with her lately. Saiko was always popular in the office, and Ubai had been making advances toward her.
Ubai-san's work was highly praised recently, right? He said, we should say that we came up with that proposal together.
Ubai used the proposal he stole from me to get close to Saiko and make her feel indebted to him. Wait, that's not right. It was my idea in the first place.
Are you saying that you were trying to sabotage my success? You knew. You knew that I was struggling. That's awful.
That's not what I meant. As your mentor, as your boyfriend, I just wanted to support you. Taiga reaches out to Saiko, but Ubai steps between them, pulling Saiko closer.
Haha, in the end, I'm the one who truly helped her, right? Giving her the credit for a successful project. That's what's best for her.
No, I disagree. I believe in guiding her so that she can stand on her own 2 feet.
Spare me the lecture, rising star.
Taiga flinches, a chill running down his spine at Ubai's words.
You've been getting on my nerves ever since you joined the company and started receiving all the praise. And to top it off, you even snatched Saiko-chan, who I had my eye on. So, how does it feel to have your work stolen, your girl stolen? Pathetic, isn't it? Go ahead and cry if you want to. Not like I'm gonna comfort you, though.
It's true that when I first joined the company, I was called a rising star for the results I produced. But since then, I hadn't had any major achievements to speak of. Saiko probably gained more trust within the department than I ever did. I realized that Ubai had been stealing credit for my work for the past few months, using every excuse in the book. It's just as Ubai-san said, my feelings changed after he helped me achieve success.
Maybe I'm better off with a man who can actually protect me.
Her words hit me hard. All the love I had poured into our relationship, it meant nothing to her. A few days later, I confronted my boss, telling him that my ideas were stolen, but...
That's no way to act just because you haven't been producing results. A capable employee like Furatsuki-kun wouldn't need to steal anyone's ideas. Don't waste my time with such nonsense. Get back to work.
He wouldn't even listen to me. If no one is willing to listen, then there's no point in staying at this company. And so, I decided to quit.
Taiga, are you okay? You're drinking too much.
A few days after quitting my job, I called my older brother Daiki, and we met at an izakaya. To numb the pain of losing both my work and my girlfriend, I was drinking more than usual. Sorry, Daiki, just let me be for tonight.
Fine, just try not to overdo it, okay?
I moved out after starting my job, but I'm still close with my brother.
That senior colleague of yours sounds awful. What a jerk. You know, you could always come back home. I'd love to have you back.
Daiki still lives at home with her father. Our mother passed away from an illness when we were young. Dad wouldn't like that. Taiga avoids Daiki's gaze, taking another large gulp of his drink. Daiki frowns sadly. I left home after a huge fight with her father, Taizo. I haven't seen him in years. Stop it! I can't take it anymore. I'm leaving.
Fine, do whatever you want. Hey, Dad, Taiga, stop it, both of you.
2 years ago, after a heated argument with my father, I quit my job and left home. I found a new job and joined my previous company, only to quit again after 2 years. If Dad finds out that I quit my job again, what will he say to me? Daiki desperately tried to stop me back then, but I left home anyway. I feel terrible for burdening my brother, as I was lost in thought, my drunken mind barely functioning.
Oh, that's right. Hey, Taiga, are you free right now?
Huh? Yeah, I've got all the time in the world. As I said that, Daiki flashed a grin and dialed a number on his phone. I stared at him confused. And then, she and Daiki hit me with an unexpected proposition.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Washio-san.
Standing before me was a beautiful woman. Are you my brother's girlfriend?
Haha, no. This is Yuina Imamura. She came to Dad's company for a business meeting the other day.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Yuina Imamura. Your brother has told me a lot about you.
She smiled and introduced herself. And then, she and Daiki hit me with an unexpected proposition. Time flew by, and 6 months had passed since I quit my job.
Taiga-kun, great work! This proposal is excellent.
Thank you, Imamura Shacho. After meeting Yuina through Daiki, I ended up getting a new job at her newly established company, Imamura.
Washio-san, please join my company. I need you.
Back then, she pleaded with me, begging me to join her company. Her passion was contagious, and before I knew it, I had agreed to work for her. Daiki told me that Yuina had asked my father, a control systems engineer, to do some work for her a while back. She learned about the measurement system my father developed and asked him to collaborate with her.
It's amazing how fate works, isn't it? To think I would end up working with Taizo-san's son?
Haha, well, I'm familiar with my father's work, but I don't know if I can be of much help. But he refused. He's planning to close down his company this year, apparently.
Don't worry, you're more than enough. Daiki-san told me that you have the knowledge and skills to excel here.
That's just my brother being his usual doting self.
Yes, I can definitely see that. But about what I was saying...
Just as Yuina was about to say something, I got a call, interrupting her conversation. At Imamura, I started in the planning department, but I was transferred to the technical department once my projects got underway. By the way, Imamura aims to develop agricultural machinery that will be essential in the smart agriculture era. Being acknowledged for my work, it's a wonderful feeling. Being entrusted with important tasks in both planning and technical aspects has given me more job satisfaction than ever before. Meanwhile, at my previous company...
Furatsuki-kun, the sales department just called. They have some questions about the details of your previous proposal.
Details?
Saiko glanced at Ibai, seeking his help, but he just looked away awkwardly.
Come on, not this again. I'm not answering any questions that aren't covered in the materials that guy left behind.
The project that Ibai stole from me was still in progress, and... it seems like things were starting to fall apart. A year had passed since I joined Imamura. Today, I'm on a trip to a certain countryside town, riding the local Love Koi coastal line.
The air is so fresh here. It feels amazing.
And I'm here with my girlfriend, Yuina Imamura. You're right, I'm glad we could come to your favorite town together. In the past year, as we worked together towards a common goal, we grew closer. I finally confessed my feelings and asked her to be my girlfriend.
Have you ever been to this town, Taiga-kun?
Yeah, once. We came here on a family trip when I was little. My mother loved this town.
I see. That makes me happy. This town holds a special place in my heart, too. It's a simple town, but the people are warm, and there's so much nature. Being close to the ocean is another plus.
Yuina looked so happy as she talked about all the things she loved about this town. It made me happy just seeing her so carefree.
There you are, Sarina-ne-san. It's been a while. Yuina, you came. It must have been a long trip.
She's Sarina Toriyama, a resident of this town. Her maiden name was Imamura, and she's Yuina's cousin.
You must be Taiga-kun. Yuna has told me all about you. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. We're both only children, so we grew up like real sisters.
Sarina-san, who married into a farming family, is a beautiful and kind woman. However...
Yuina, it's been a while. Want to, you know?
You bet. Let's do it.
Wait, what are you two talking about? Yuina and Sarina exchanged glances, a silent understanding passing between them. Sarina's husband, Go Toriyama, wore a look that said, just give up. And then...
This soil feels so good against my skin.
Right? It's the same soil where Gokun and I pour all our love into growing these cabbages. Enjoy!
What? What am I even witnessing right now? To all the viewers of this love comedy manga, sorry for the weirdness and thanks for reading. Go continues working nonchalantly, delivering his meta-narrative with a straight face. After dinner with Sarina-san and her husband, it was already evening. I invited Yuina to join me at a special place. It hasn't changed a bit. This is Lovekoi Coastal Park, a place we always visited during our family trips. It's a famous tourist spot in this town, known for its seasonal flower fields and illuminations. While waiting for Yuina to come back from the restroom, I found myself reminiscing about the past.
Well, if it isn't Washio.
A familiar voice interrupts Taiga's thoughts, causing him to turn around in surprise. Ubai and Saiko stand behind him, a triumphant smirk on Ubai's face.
Long time no see, Washio. I heard you got a job at some low-rate company. Just rumors, though.
What are you two doing here?
You're one to talk. We're on a company trip, you know. Our company, a prestigious one, I might add, treats us to these luxurious getaways. This is just a little detour, though. We're having dinner at a fancy restaurant tonight.
It looked like they really were on a company trip.
Is that so? Well, I'm here with someone important, so please leave us alone.
Someone important? You seem to be all alone. I figure you were on a lonely little soul-searching trip.
I've moved on from what happened between us. You don't have to worry about me.
Don't play tough with me. I know you're still hung up on it.
Losing to me in your career, having your girl stolen, ending up at a dead-end company, you must be miserable.
This guy, no matter what, seemed to revel in seeing me suffer. And if I told you I was miserable, would that make you happy? I'm far from miserable. I'm doing fulfilling work at my current company. Unlike you, my colleagues don't resort to stealing credit and backstabbing each other. Oh, and by the way, are you struggling to fill the void I left after you stole my work? Because I highly doubt that you're capable of handling it on your own.
You! Don't get cocky just because you managed to escape to some insignificant company.
Ibai clenches his fists, his face turning red with anger. Just as Ibai is about to retaliate, a new voice cuts through the tension.
A low-rate company, you say? Is that what your company thinks of us?
Yuina stands behind them, her expression ice cold.
You work for them too? What a shame. He's absolutely useless, isn't he? I bet you're having a tough time dealing with him.
That's absurd. He's an exceptional employee who excels in both planning and technical skills.
Technical?
Are you unaware? His father is a renowned engineer who developed various sought-after measurement systems. And Taiga-san, having witnessed his father's work since childhood, has honed those experiences and knowledge into his own unique skill set. He's a truly remarkable individual.
I see. So that's why. His proposals, those technical details, they were so oddly specific and difficult to understand. Those engineers and the sales team, they kept bombarding me with questions about that proposal.
Well, duh. If it's my proposal, you should be able to answer their questions, shouldn't you? I glared at Ubai, and he finally fell silent, defeated. Yuina then stepped in front of me and said,
My company may be a work in progress, but we've been receiving eager proposals from your sales department. We were considering it.
What? Our sales department? You're lying. You can't be serious. Who are you?
It seems like Ubai had underestimated us. Just then, someone came running towards us.
Ubai, what do you think you're doing? This is Miss Imamura, the CEO of Imamura, a rapidly growing agricultural equipment manufacturer. Our entire department has been working tirelessly to secure a deal with them. And you, what have you done?
Huh? Sales department head? You're kidding, right? But Washio said he joined some small-time company.
What are you talking about? Their company's flourishing. The cutting-edge agricultural machinery that Washio-kun designed and developed is making waves in the industry. Washio Taiga, the man you just ridiculed, was an invaluable asset to our company.
No way. Washio accomplished so much?
Taiga-san poured his heart and soul into making my dream a reality. He helped the farmers in my beloved town who were struggling due to the aging population. He achieved it with his knowledge, his skill, and his kindness. If you dare insult him or my company again, you will regret it.
Yuina started this company to help her beloved farmers, and in doing so, she saved countless senior farmers. Ibai and Saiko were left speechless, their faces pale as ghosts.
Miss Imamura, please. Allow us to formally apologize for this incident at a later date. Please.
I'll consider it.
Yuina's voice was ice cold. The sales department head and Ibai paled even further. Saiko, who had been silently listening nearby, wore an indescribable expression, a mixture of disillusionment and despair. We'll be taking our leave now.
Oh, Taiga-kun, wait a moment.
As we were about to leave, Yuina suddenly ran over to Saiko.
You wouldn't happen to be thinking, I want to get back together with you, would you? I'll be the one to make him happy. You're out of the picture now. Goodbye.
I had no idea Yuina had taken such preemptive measures.
Whoa, Imamura Secho can be quite intimidating.
Brother? And Dad? What are you doing here?
Hey Taiga, Imamura Secho contacted me. She asked us to come here today.
Eh? This was news to me. How many years has it been since I last saw Dad? The last time I saw his back, it seemed so large and distant. But now it seemed small. I pretended not to notice the overwhelming guilt and regret that washed over me.
I visited the Toriyamas and saw it. That fully automated farming machine you built.
When was the last time Dad showed any interest in the things I made? After Mom died, Dad threw himself into his work, neglecting me and Daiki.
After your mother passed, I used the excuse of protecting you boys to bury myself in work and run away from my own grief. I didn't pay attention to you or Daiki, made you both feel lonely. I finally realized that when you left in anger. I've been a fool of a father. Taiga, I'm sorry.
Dad's words reminded me of a conversation I had with Yuina. It was at the izakaya after she finished her phone call.
About what I said earlier. It wasn't Daiki-san who told me. It was your father.
It wasn't Daiki who told her I had the knowledge and skills, but Dad. Back then, I couldn't believe Dad would say such a thing. Dad, he'd been watching over me this whole time. After all these years of estrangement, I finally looked into Dad's eyes and smiled. They enraged the CEO of Imamura, causing the deal to fall through. The sales department reprimanded them, and it became a major issue for the company. At the same time, their act of stealing my work and taking credit for my ideas came to light.
I knew something was off. They kept dodging my questions, making my work 10 times harder.
It seems the people in sales and engineering had been suspicious for a while. As time went on, Ibai and Saiko's lies started to unravel. The project took much longer than usual to be commercialized, and it was only thanks to the efforts of the other capable employees that it eventually came to fruition.
You! What have you done?
Of course, their incompetent boss, who had been oblivious to Ibai's schemes for so long, was also held accountable. He was reprimanded for his negligence, and all three of them ended up facing disciplinary action.
Taiga-san was right. There's no meaning in taking credit for someone else's work. What have I been doing?
By the way, Ibai and Saiko broke up after this whole ordeal. Not that it matters. After that, Dad closed down his company and moved to this countryside town, saying he wanted to spend his retirement in a place filled with memories of Mom. He grows Mom's favorite vegetables and aims to live a self-sufficient life. Dad, who'd been working nonstop for years, had a bad back. In his fields, there it was, the fully automated farming machine I developed.
You've made something amazing, Taiga. I'm proud of you.
His kind words and gentle gaze. It was all too much. Tears welled up in my eyes and spilled over.
Look, Dad, look. I made the same thing you did.
Taiga, you're even better at making things than your old man.
Those warm memories washed over me, carried on the sound of waves crashing against the nearby shore. Ah, I see. All this time, I was just lonely and angry, throwing a tantrum. And then the words tumbled out of my mouth. Of course I am. I'm your son, after all. After all these years, I finally made amends with Dad. Daiki, watching us, shed silent tears.
Geez, you two. Finally made up, huh? It's been a long time coming.
I'm so glad you two are okay now. Thank you for bringing our family back together, Daiki.
I've put my brother through so much. I'll spend the rest of my life showing him my gratitude and making it up to him. And to Mom, who's watching over us from somewhere. I want to express my deepest gratitude once more. Yuina, thank you for contacting Daiki and Dad. Thanks to you, I was able to make things right with them.
Well, they're going to be my family too, you know. I just want everyone to be happy.
Yuina and I are finally becoming a family. I want us to be like Dad and Mom. No, I want us to be even better. I want to live a life of giving, not taking. That's what I believe in.